Hello everyone, welcome back to this session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our chapter Comprehension Ability. Now this is part 11. In this session, we are going to discuss passage number 14. As you can see it in the contents as well that we are going to discuss passage number 14 today. It means still here we have already done 13 passages in our earlier sessions. So let's begin with the paragraph or with the passage. And this is actually a passage and based on this, we will have some question and answers that we have to do, and then we have to look for in the passage, or we can infer those the answers of those passages from the of those questions from the passage, okay, or from the context of the passage. So let's begin this passage. First, we'll start reading the passage, and then we'll move to the questions. It is a common knowledge that the root cause of our backwardness in most fields is illiteracy. Campaigns for the eradication of this drawback gathered momentum in the past 4 decades after independence. Past 4 decades means 4 years, okay, after independence. Illiteracy is a state in which people are not literate. It means they do not study or they do not have any knowledge. The results are as expected dramatic. However, while the percentage of literacy in India is going up, the number of illiterates has also been increasing, in which is really incredible. It means this is somewhere impossible or something which cannot be believed. Incredible means something which cannot be believed. It means the percentage of literacy. It means the percentage of those who are literates or who study, okay, who study, they are increasing, as well as those people, the number of those people are increasing who do not study at all. So there are 2 states of people, one who are literate, who study, and another one who do not study. And this is incredible that both the number of both the people, literate as well as illiterates, they both are increasing on the same rate. Thus, according to the 1991 census figures, there were 503 million illiterates in the country, 30 million more than in 1981. During the same period, the percentage of literacy went up from 34 to 39%. There is no need of any sophisticated technique to explain this cause of paradox. Now, paradox is actually, now let me tell you over here that paradox is actually a style of writing 2 contradictory terms together. We can say 2 contradictions together. 2 contradictions together. It means when we write in such a style where 2 opposite things are written together, when someone says a statement and contradicts himself. 2 contradictions. You can say written together. 2 contradictions together. Okay, you can write it like this. Okay, so whenever we write 2 contradictions together, for example, if I say, I want to live, but I want to die. So this is actually the contradiction. So I want to live, rather I want to die. So both the statements, negative and positive, they are said together. I'm just contradicting my point of view only. That is called paradox. Okay, when we say something positive and just contradict it, that is actually the paradox statement. Paradox is actually a figure of speech, okay, in which there are 2 statements. One statement, whatever has been said, we are contradicting the same statement in the another sentence. Thus, according to 1991 census figures, there is no need of any sophisticated technique to explain this cause of paradox. Why so paradox? Why they call it paradox? Because on the one hand, literacy is increasing, and on the other hand, illiteracy is increasing. So both literacy as well as illiteracy, they are increasing together. So this is actually the paradox. as it is obviously the result of rapid growth of population. But it is not actually the paradox, but it is actually the reason. What is the reason behind it? It is actually the rapid growth of population. The rapid growth of population has outpaced whatever little progress had been achieved in literacy. Now, outpaced means increased. Okay, outpaced means rise or increase. Okay, now let us get to the go to the questions first. Here, which of the following appears unbelievable according to the passage? This is very simple. We have just read such a statement. So here the options are: growing literacy. Illiteracy is owing to non-availability of reading facilities to rural masses. Sufficient provision for continued education has not been made. The increase in literacy percentage and also the increase in number of illiterates. And the last one is population explosion is the only reason for increase in the number of illiterates. This is very, very simple. We have just read that it is the increase in literacy percentage and also the increase in the number of illiterates. As we can see it over here as well, that the percentage of literacy in India is going up. The number of illiterates has also been increasing. So this is actually incredible, means this is something which is unbelievable. So here, as we have seen the same word, that is incredible. So obviously, which is something unbelievable. Therefore, our answer is C, which is very, very simple. Okay, as you can see it directly given in the passage. Now let us move to the next question. So here the next question is, the term neoliterate as used in the passage refers to a person who. Now first, let me tell you, if we have any word, that is vocabulary, okay, any word in the paragraph, and we will be asked either the meaning or the opposite of that particular word. It means either the synonym or the antonym of that particular word. If we have an idea that what is actually the meaning of this particular word, we can simply mark it. But yet we should read that word in the passage as well. Maybe its meaning is something different according to the context of the passage. But here they have asked us a word that is very simple, that is neoliterate. Now what is neoliterate? If we look at this word carefully, here it is literate, one who studies or one who has knowledge, and neo means new. Neo is actually new. So neoliterate, it means a person who has become literate recently, okay, who has just started studying or who has gained knowledge recently. So that is neoliterate. But let us look for this word in the passage as well. So where is it written? Let us start reading from the beginning, where you can see this in the first line, second line, third line, fourth line, fifth line, sixth line, seventh line, eighth line, then ninth, then 10th, and then 11th. Can you see neoliterate over here? Okay, now the next line. Yes, here it is. This is neoliterate. So let us read that what is actually the meaning of this neoliterate according to the passage. Let us read, whenever you get that particular word, just read a few lines before and after that particular word. Okay. So the apathy of the most of the states in failing to tackle the problem of adult literacy is partly to blame. Till now, they have shown little awareness of the magnitude means quantity, of the magnitude of the problem. Moreover, follow-up measures to prevent neoliterates from relapsing into illiteracy. Neoliterates means new literates. It means so people who have just started studying. Relapsing into illiteracy are just as important as initial adult literacy campaigns. In this case too, the state education authorities are negligent. Not sufficient provision has been made for continued education. This can be done by setting up more rural libraries, adult schools, and correspondence courses. Now let us see the options. So options will definitely help us out. Is not literate? No. Neoliterate is a person who is literate, has newly become literate, Is a little literate or is a literate with no school education? Obviously, this is very, very simple, which has newly become literate. That answer is B. So this is very, very simple. New literate means a person who has newly become literate. That is neo-literate. Neo means new and literate means someone who is literate or who studies. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. Here again, the next question is, in the passage, the rapid growth of population has been attributed to. Now, as you can see over here as well, the rapid growth of population has outpaced. Outpaced means a rise or rose, or you can say increased, whatever little progress had been achieved in literacy. Okay, whatever little progress had been achieved in literacy. So it has outpaced it, increased it. Okay. Now let us see the options. Illiteracy, apathy of the government officials, want of continued education, or none of these. Now, the rapid growth of population has outpaced or increased whatever little progress had been achieved in literacy. For instance, from 1971 to 1981, literacy increased at an annual rate of 0.7%, while the country's population grew by 2.5% every year. In the following decade, the average rate of annual increase in literacy from 0 to 0.95%, whereas the population grew almost by 2.85%. It means they are increasing the literacy rate. But here it is written illiteracy. No, they are not making it illiterate or the state of illiteracy. Apathy of government officials. Now, want of continued education is actually in the last line, which is the apathy of most states is failing to tackle the problem of literacy and partly to blame. Till now, they have shown little awareness of the magnitude of the problem. Moreover, follow-up measures. Now, that is literacy campaign. So it is also not the part of rapid growth of population. Therefore, none of these is the correct answer, as this is any of these points is not the reason of or not the result of rapid growth of population. Okay, so here answer is D, which is very, very simple. As you can see directly written in the passage, none of these options have been written in the passage given to us. Okay, now let us move to the next question. The next question is, which of the following statements is not true in the context of the passage? Now we will be given some statement and we have to look for the correct statement. So, okay, they are asking for the not true statement. It means they are asking for the false statement. Now, in these types of questions, it is very, very important to take the word or to highlight that particular word, that what is actually the requirement, whether they want the true statement or the not true statement. So here they have not written false statement. Instead, they wrote not true statement. So this you should keep in mind, whether it is written true, not true, or false. So they are asking indirectly about the false statement. Now we have three statements. Okay, it means further options should be given to us. An effective check on population growth is only solution for attainment of full literacy. The cause of the paradox mentioned in the passage can be explained by the sophisticated techniques. Adequate number of libraries and adult schools are not available in our country. Now let us look for each and every line one by one. First, we have an effective check on population growth is the only solution for attainment of full literacy. So if we want full literacy, let us see it. It is common that knowledge that the root cause of our backwardness is fields in literacy. Campaign for eradication of drawback. Momentum pass for decades. The result is expected dramatic. While the percentage of literacies in India is going up, the number of illiterates has also been increasing. Okay, and the rapid growth of population. Okay, here it is written. There is census figures 503. Okay, this is according to this paragraph, there is no need of any sophisticated technique to explain the cause of this paradox, as it is obviously the result of rapid population growth. The rapid growth of population has outpaced whatever little progress has been achieved so far. Now the population check. Okay, now where is that word written? Population check. It is not written here, but it is obvious Now, if you look at this line, an effective check on population. Okay, now you have to look for these keywords. An effective check on the population. Growth is the only solution for attainment of full literacy. Can we achieve full literacy? No, because as the population is growing, it is said over here that as the population is growing, this is actually the reason of increasing both the types of people, literates as well as illiterates. Therefore, this is not the correct reason. This is not the valid reason. Okay, they are asking about the not true statement. Okay, so an effective check on population growth is the only solution for the attainment of full literacy. So here we see this line again. There is no need of any sophisticated technique to explain the cause of this paradox, as it is obviously the result of rapid growth of population. Yes, here it is the line where you can get both the answers. First of all, here it is written there is no need of any sophisticated technique. But here it is written the cause of the paradox mentioned in the passage can be explained by using sophisticated techniques. Whereas it is written there is no need of any sophisticated technique to explain the cause of this paradox. So these two lines are contradictory. Therefore, the second statement is also incorrect. So first is incorrect and second is also incorrect. So both of these are not true statements. Now the last one, adequate number of libraries and adult schools are not available in our country. Now let us see the last line of the paragraph. Not sufficient provision has been made for the continued education. This can be done by setting up more rural libraries, adult schools and correspondence schools. Yes, here, because it is required, it means they are not available, only then they are required. Okay, the libraries and adult schools are not available in our country. Okay, now let us see the statements. C is absolutely correct, but if we see only A, only B, only C and A and B is the correct answer, because these two are the incorrect statement according to the context of the passage, whereas the third one, the C one, is correct, because if the thing is not available, only then it is required, and in the last line it is exactly mentioned that we need this, it means it is not available. Okay, therefore C statement is correct, whereas A and B are not true statements. Therefore our answer will be D, that is both A and B. Okay, so D will be the correct answer. Now let us move to the next question. Now here we have the next question, that is, which of the following is the same in the meaning of the word outpaced? Now I have been telling you the meaning of this particular word again and again. Now let us see. Surpassed, nullified, ruled out or spoiled. Now spoiled means when something is you can say made bad. Okay, ruled out to eliminate something, nullified to null something, to avoid something. Surpassed means to increase something, and outpaced, the meaning of word outpaced is also increase. Therefore outpaced, the meaning which is similar to the word of outpaced is surpassed. Therefore our answer is A, which is very simple. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, this is question number 6 now. Okay, so the next question is, which of the following has been referred to as paradox? Okay, so what is actually the paradox over here? The literacy percentage increases and the number of illiterates decreases. Now we know very well that paradox means when two contradictory statements are together, and we know well that which paradox has been talked about in this passage. We have read the entire paragraph now. We have read the entire passage now. So first option is obviously not correct. The literacy percentage increase in proportion to the rate of increase in population. No, it is also not the answer. The government is sensitive to the problem only at the planning stage, but not at the implementation stage. No, not at all. And the last one is the literacy percentage and the number of illiterates are both increasing. Yes, we have talked about this paradox only, as it is given here as well. While the percentage of literacy in India is going up, the number of illiterates has also been increasing, which is really incredible. And this is the paradox. Okay, so this is actually the paradox which we are talking about. So our answer is T, of course. So this is very, very simple, and this is actually very simple paragraph or the passage in which the answers are directly given to us. Only we have to recognize those answers from the passage. So they are given directly. Now let us move to the next one. Here the question is, according to the passage, the problem could have been tackled by which one or more of the following? Now, as we have read the passage, we must have an idea that yes, we have read this word in the passage somewhere. So here, what is the keyword? Let us first decide that what is the keyword in this question. According to the passage, the problem could have been tackled. So, first keyword is tackled. By which one or more of the following measures? Now, here it is written, the apathy of most states in failing to tackle the problem of adult illiteracy is also partly to blame. First of all, the word apathy. Apathy means no concern, when we are not concerned about anything. Till now, they have shown little awareness of the magnitude of the problem. Moreover, follow-up measures to prevent new literates from relapsing into illiteracy are just as important as the initial adult literacy campaigns. In this case too, the state education authorities are negligent. Not sufficient provision has been made for continued education. This can be done by setting up more rural libraries, adult schools, and correspondence courses. So, what are the measures that have to be taken? Is that to make more libraries, to set up more libraries, to open adult schools and correspondence courses. So the options are checking the growth of population, making the adult literacy campaign more effective, providing continued education to new literates. So here, A and C, A and B, B and C. Of course, now let us see all these three statements one by one. First one is checking the growth of population, and it is written the apathy of most states in failing to tackle the adult literacy is also the partly to blame. Okay. Prevent new literates, making the adult literacy campaign more effective. Okay, so they want to from this paragraph only we can get the answer. Okay, so here from this paragraph, whereas the population growth grew almost by this during the decade, but population explosion is not entirely responsible for the growing of number of illiterates. The apathy of most states in failing to tackle the problem of adult illiteracy is partly to blame. Till now, they have shown little awareness of the magnitude of problem. Moreover, follow-up measures to prevent new literates from relapsing into illiteracy are just as important in initial adult literacy campaigns. In this case too, the state education authorities are negligent, and providing continued education to new literates has been made for continued, not sufficient provision. So here they are saying that not sufficient provision has been made for continued education. And here the answer will be C, that is B and C. As you can see that making the adult literacy campaign more effective, one thing is there which should be blamed, and the another one is because there is no provision that has been made for continued education. So this is also the problem that they are failing to tackle the problem. Okay, so these two are the important measures. So C is the correct answer, that is B and C. Now let us move to the next one. Here the question is, which of the following is as important as literacy campaign? We just have read this. Now let us see the options. Checking the rapid growth of population, starting correspondence courses, providing reading facilities, awareness of the magnitude of the problem of illiteracy, making sufficient provision for continued education. Now it is written directly in the last one. This can be done by setting up more rural libraries, adult schools, and corresponding courses. So B is the correct answer. Okay. Now let us move to the next one. The next question is eradication as used in the passage means. As you can see it in the second line. campaigns for the eradication of this drawback. Eradication means removal of this drawback. Okay, so removal, destruction, starvation, or evaporation. Obviously, it is A, that is removal. Now let us move to the next question. And the next question is, which of the following is true in the context of the passage? So again, we have 4 statements and we have been asked about the truest or the correct statement. So continued education programs are now adequately funded. All the state governments have now fully realized the problem of illiteracy. Literacy campaigns in the pre-independence period were more fruitful than the later ones. Literacy campaign achieved desired results in the post-independence period. Now, post-independence means after independence. Let us see with this one by one. First one is continued education programs are now adequately funded. Whereas in the second last line it is written not sufficient provision has been made for continued education. It means this is not true statement, this is false statement. So first is not correct. All the state governments have now fully realized the problem of illiteracy. No, it is not given in the paragraph because it is not written that all the states. No. Literacy campaigns in the pre-independence period were more fruitful than the later ones. As you can see in the second line, campaigns for the eradication of this drawback gathered momentum in the past 4 decades after independence. Okay, it is actually after independence that they got the solution. So they were not more fruitful. So C is also not correct. So it is only D that is correct. That is post independence period. It means after independence. So D will be the correct answer, as it is given in this second line that campaigns for the eradication of this drawback gathered momentum in the past 4 decades after independence. So post independence means after independence. So true according to the context of the passage. Literacy campaign achieved desired results in the past 4 decades after independence, that is in the post-independence period. So this D is the correct answer. So I hope this passage is again very, very simple and easy, and you got to know each and every question. You got to understand each and every question very simply, clearly, and now you are well aware how to solve these type of questions from the paragraph. Again, this passage was very simple and easy. We can simply analyze that yes, this is the correct answer because this passage is too simple and easy. I hope this session proves beneficial to you all. So thank you very much. Thanks to you.